Hey viewers, welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Warrior 3.
What up?
We're at the shrine of Dharma, I guess. Is that where we are in your video? Did I open the right one?
I think so.
Episode 6?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, good.
I remember finishing episode 5, but I don't remember you actually getting this far.
I think I did it off screen.
I think you just wanted to get a sage already.
I did. I wanted one since the beginning.
I think you should name this episode Episode 6, Sage Advice.
I had to explain what that meant to somebody who was 2 years younger than me.
Really? You had to explain that to a 40-year-old?
I did. DW306 Sage Advice. There's a guy I used to work with who was, I think, 24 at the time, so this was a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he was married, and he's like, let me tell you something about being married. I said, all right, give me some sagely advice. It was quiet for a second. And he said, what does that mean? I said, what? Sagely. I said, oh, it means very wise. Oh. Okay. And I don't remember what the advice was, because that actually stuck with me more than the advice did.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't do the random.org thing to decide what your other classes would Dharma into.
So I only wanted a sage.
I know. But it would have been interesting.
Goof off, sage, goof off.
Well, you know. Nothing like starting your party over at level 1 again.
Yeah.
Halfway through the game.
Don't remind me. I thought that more of the stats would carry over than actually do. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, I know most of them reset, but I thought they would reset proportionately to where they were when you changed.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't.
Well, but I mean, considering that they level up and have a whole bunch of stuff. I think they keep their abilities, right?
Yes. See, this was me going to check. I'm going to learn to blaze. Great. This is where it turns into Dragon Warrior monsters, because I'll go 4 steps, fight a battle, level up 6 times.
Yeah.
It's a monkey.
He's a simiac on the floor. Yeah, that's what I don't like about this game, about the Dragon Warrior series, is you gain more, like you level up, you gain max MP, but you don't actually gain MP with it.
Right. You don't do that in most games, though.
Usually when you gain max MP, you gain the same amount of regular MP with it.
You don't in Final Fantasy.
Yes, you do, don't you?
None of the ones I've ever played.
I thought you do. Like, you get 10 MP and 10 max MP.
No, that I'm aware of. Maybe in the later ones that I've never played, but not in...
It happened in the earlier ones, too.
Not in 1 through 5.
I'm going to be paying attention to this when you play 4.
Which I'm currently recording. Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 5.
That's
how much farther ahead I am in Final Fantasy than I am Dragon Warrior.
Well, you finished 4, right?
Oh yeah, 4's been done for a couple of weeks.
Right, so you're not that much further ahead you're just that far ahead in this entire series beyond what's actually being recorded.
Right.
And of course, by the time this goes up, you'll probably be done with Final Fantasy 5.
Yeah, probably. It seems like it should take so much longer than it does, but you know, you put in about I put in about an hour a day into each game. I wake up in the morning and I just start recording. I'll record between an hour and a half and 2 hours.
And now that you've reached the Super Nintendo games, you can enjoy playing an hour a day as opposed to Dragon Warrior 2 and Final Fantasy 2, where you're just like, oh, I have to do more time because I haven't done my hour a day yet.
Yep. Well, I'm also, spoiler alert, working on Breath of Fire. And Breath of Fire is very much, oh, do I have to?
I like that. Well, I like 2, and I like 3. I haven't played 4, and 1 I didn't get very far into.
1... I like 2. I think 2 was infinitely better than 1. 1 isn't bad, but 1 is very formulaic. 1 is very, very basic, which I don't understand why, because Capcom and Squaresoft worked on it. Squaresoft was not new to RPGs. Neither was Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why this one feels so much like we're dipping our toes into the water, as it does. Because it's just very... I think it's very, very simplistic. The boss fights, I just cannot stand, because there's like no strategic way to go about them. It's like, I know this attack works well, so I'm going to use this one. This person's going to do this every turn. This person will do this every turn, and this person will do this every turn.
Have you ever seen Breath of Fire 3?
I have not, but I have heard it's very good.
I really liked it.
That one was actually requested, which is why I'm working on 1. Because I want to get 1 and 2 done, and then I'll work on 3.
Do you have it? Yeah, you'll find it.
Yeah, I'll borrow it from the internet.
Well, you know, I own it, so Low Bias Gaming has a copy.
I'll go to my local used bookstore and pick up a new copy.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing ever that Scarlett has said.
I don't know if it's the weirdest thing ever. It was the weirdest thing today.
It was the weirdest thing in the last hour that Scarlett has said.
That's more like it. Yeah, you can go to your used bookstore and get brand new computer games for so many dollars.
And you know what's the best thing about us laughing at Scarlett saying all that? He's never even going to know.
Actually, I think he does. We were recording Torchlight earlier, viewers, and there was something, I don't remember what we were talking about, and he's like, yeah, you'll just make fun of me behind my back in a video like you always do.
Well, he'll assume, but he's not going to actually watch this video to find out.
And I said, it's not always. Sometimes I make fun of you when you're playing a game with me. I don't care. I make fun of anybody. What are we doing? Oh, this is the guy's like, yeah, you need these orbs so you can summon the dragon and get your wish.
Yep. Summon a dragon, get a pony.
That's what I would wish for.
Mm-hmm.
And I would wish for a pony for my pony.
Oh, I remember now. So,
uh-oh.
The first time you did this part of the game, you totally missed the Shrine of Dharma. You thought it was somewhere else, and you were exceptionally lost, and you were like, I don't know where it is, and then eventually you found it really late in the game.
Right. And I kind of did the same thing here, because I went where I thought I remembered it being, and it was the other little shrine, because it's called the shrine, so you're looking for a shrine, not a freaking castle.
Yeah.
So when I went to the little shrine, I'm like, what the hell? Is this not the place?
But this time you remembered it was near Aslam.
No.
So you found it around when you got the pepper, so you could...
Actually, well, now, since I was aware of it, when the time came that I could get to it, I went and I got a map.
Yeah.
Which didn't call it the Shrine of Dharma. It called it whatever it calls it in Dragon Quest, which... damned if I know what that is.
Damn it, now I want to know what they call it.
Let's look it up.
Okay.
We have the internet. We can do that.
Yay!
And I
Yeah,
just
it's not like
closed
you
my
have
video window.
to pilot. And it's a really good time for it, since you're just selling things right now.
Let's see. Which long-delayed game would you be most excited to see finally get released? Agent, Beyond Good and Evil 2, Final Fantasy Versus 13, Half-Life 2 Episode 3, Prey 2, or The Last Guardian?
Is that like the front page question on GameFAQs?
Yeah. None of those, really. And Square Enix and Ubisoft are like the same freaking company. They don't get 2 games. That's wrong.
I probably would want to see Beyond Good and Evil 2, because Beyond Good and Evil 1 was really good.
Haven't played it.
It's a really good game.
I need Ex Loto's map because he uses the funny names. Dharma Temple. That's what they call it.
Really? You couldn't figure out Shrine of Dharma from Dharma Temple?
Well, back then I don't think I really cared. Like, class change, pff, who needs it? It's Dragon Warrior. This is Final Fantasy, I'd be all upset.
Though, you know, what's funny is it actually makes more sense being Dharma Temple than Shrine of Dharma.
Mm-hmm.
Because in Japan, temples are Buddhist and shrines are Shinto. And Dharma is obviously a Buddhist concept.
Yep. Cause of...
And now no one can say that you can't learn anything from Jason's Let's Plays.
That's right.
I fixed it.
The first time anyone's ever learned something that isn't pop culture related.
Yeah.
Look, they spelled it Grinland.
That's my favorite land. It's so
Instead
happy
of-
there.
Cave of Samanosa, Samanosa Shrine, Cave of Invitation. They're funny names. The worst part of it is all of the good maps use the Dragon Quest names, but all of the good walkthroughs use the Dragon Warrior names. And they're not always, I mean, anywhere near close. Like, the name it's got for, the little tiny island way down at the bottom of the map.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it's called in Dragon Warrior, but it's called Luzami here. And I know it's not Luzami in Dragon Warrior.
No?
Nope. The Tower of Arp. There. Portoga is still the same. That's good. Necrogond. I don't know.
Well, did you just try looking at the other map?
Actually, there isn't a Dragon Warrior named map that I've been able to find. That's a good map.
Well, the other, like, Doiron Shops map isn't terrible, but it's using English names, which does say Luzami, by the way.
Right. But it's not a very good map.
Yeah, well,
It's very, what would you call it? It's like this is an artist's representation. Not to scale.
it's good enough.
Well, I guess. I like being able to see, like, where do I need to go to get around these mountains sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I get so tired of random battles.
Right.
Oh, where are we?
I don't know, I started looking at the map.
I think this is the town that is destroyed during the day.
Oh, I remember that. I still find it weird that you have a character named Tralala.
Tra-la-la. That was the plan. Every time I said it, I was going to go tra-la-la. And that failed. Horribly. Horribly.
I had way too much Chinese food tonight.
You can never have too much Chinese food.
Oh, you can have too much Chinese food.
You'll be hungry in an hour. That always works for me. You go and you have this big, huge meal and you can never finish it. Then you bring home the little box. And then as soon as you get home, you're like, I want some more. How great it would be to be able to fly. That is an odd amount.
Actually, it's an even amount. But yeah, like, you'd think it'd be like 127 or something.
125, maybe.
125 makes more sense. 127 makes more sense. 128 makes more sense.
And 124 is just weird.
Yeah.
It's like they're charging me $30 a person almost. $31.30.
Yeah, it's $31 a person.
What's the currency?
Gold?
I know it's gold, but is it like coins? Is it bars?
Probably coins.
That's too bad.
I don't think you'd really want to be carrying hundreds of gold bars around, or thousands of gold bars around.
Right, but I don't think you'd want to carry thousands of coins around either.
The thing is, if you had 1,000 gold bars, you really wouldn't need weapons. You could just beat things to death with 1,000 gold bars.
I think you could probably leave some of them at home.
Just put them in a sack and bludgeon things to death. Like doorknobs.
You know, what you do is you take a sock and you put 2 rolls of quarters in it. And you can swing it.
See, why isn't there an RPG where you can do that?
Earthbound, kind of.
Bludgeon
Baseball
people to
bats
death.
and frying pans.
Yeah, but I mean actually bludgeon someone to death with, like, a sack of quarters or a sack of doorknobs.
I'm almost positive there's something out there with something very similar to that.
Probably.
Because I
There are
seem to
sarcastic
recall...
people and stuff. Sarcastic people exist. Presumably one of them has done something like this.
I know there's one where you could use a shovel.
Hmm.
What was it? Was it Blood 2? I don't remember. Blood 1 gave you the pitchfork.
Guild Wars, you can beat people to death with a shovel.
You could use a mop in Final Fantasy VII.
It's true, but no one ever did.
I did.
Because it
for a while.
sucked.
Yeah, it was okay. It was one of those weapons that had really high attack, but you couldn't... That one word. Junction, whatever. What do they call it when you put the materia in the item?
Slotting?
I guess. I don't remember.
I think you just slotted the materia from the materia menu.
This is how much I paid attention to that game.
Still
Really?
better than 8.
I don't know. I liked 8 quite a bit more.
It's because you have no taste in video games.
That's right. That's why I'm playing this one.
Oh.
Oh. Walked right into that one.
That was a blaze most right there.
Speaking of bad taste in video games, I started playing through the After Years again.
Okay.
Because I got my WiiWare emulator working.
Right.
And oh my god.
Is it terrible?
There's something that most video games have called balance. This game does not have it in the first chapter.
Are you OP or are the monsters OP?
The monsters are. Very, very much so. You're gonna run from more battles you fight in the first 2 hours you play.
Yeah, but that's what watching you play an RPG is like anyway.
Excuse me. Right.
You're just like, I don't want to fight this. Nope, don't want to fight this either.
Well, if I can't fast forward it, then yeah. But as an example, I'm taking 2 of my characters through a cave. Very, very not incredibly early in the first chapter, but early in the first chapter. And here pops up an enemy that we fight at the end of Final Fantasy IV. One attack kills us both.
Was it a behemoth?
No, it was a dragon.
Dragons.
And it used lightning. Just 1,500 damage each when we've got like 400 hit points max.
And it, like, was it just you weren't supposed to be there, or?
That random encounter.
That's pretty weird.
So I thought, well, maybe I went up this... It was like a fixed battle, and I went up this staircase. So I'm going to try it again. So I got up there, and I made a save state. Went up the staircase. Nothing. Nothing happened. Didn't see the dragon at all through the rest of the playthrough.
Mm-hmm. So it could be that it's not that they have balance problems. It could be that they just suck at programming.
I think that's what it is, because it it looks and feels like you could make... It could have been made on Game Maker.
Like, maybe they just had a bug or something in the game and they released it anyway. Because, you know, that happens in this industry nowadays.
It does. And it just... Oh, it's horrible.
Jimmy is getting the crap kicked out of him now that he's a sage.
As he's doing stuff now, he's not, like, overlooking at the trees.
Yeah.
Hey, guys! Check this out. It looks like a horse.
He's also,
No,
you know, 10 levels under everyone.
Speaking of doing funny things in battle, guess where I just started in Dragon Warrior 4?
Let's... Wait, didn't you say you beat that one already?
No, I've started it. Final Fantasy 4 I finished.
Are you in the Tulun section?
I am...
I like the Tulun section.
Me too.
Because you can totally grind up money by using your shop.
I'm almost done with it too, I think.
I like the dungeons in the Tulun section. They had like interesting puzzles in them.
Yeah. Not many of the others had that.
Yeah. I remember, like, when I first hit Chapter 5 in that game, I was like, yay, I like this game.
Bam.
And then I was just like, oh my god, where the hell do I go?
Yeah.
Because, like, for the first 4 chapters, it is very linear. You know exactly where you're going, because you're on these little islands, and there's just, you know, you can go here, 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 done.
Yep.
And then
if
you
you go over
5,
here, you
and
die.
suddenly it's like, welcome to the entire freaking world. Go wherever you'd like. And you're just like, but I don't know where I'd like to go.
I think it was waiting for night. I think.
I hope that's what you're doing, because
Yeah, me too. There we go.
if that's not what you're doing, you're wasting a lot of time.
Just see the sun hanging in the sky at about 2 o'clock for about 9 hours, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah. I remember Beyond and Beyond having a good day-night system, but I honestly don't remember it. I need to play that game again.
I think my favorite day and night system is the one in Ogre Battle.
Is it?
I think so. It's like, do I have step guard? Yes, I do. I hate step guard in this game, by the way.
Why?
Because as soon as you step off, it turns off.
Well, that's what happened in Lufia, too.
I know it. Except it was float in Lufia. And I no longer float.
In later ones, it was I think it's while you're in the room or something.
It should just be a fixed number of steps, and it should tell you when it wears off.
That's what it does in the Etrian Odyssey games, which I really like.
Float in Final Fantasy IV works based on room. It doesn't turn off until you go through a door.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is annoying, but, you know, it works.
Have you ever played the Etrian Odyssey games?
I think I played part of the first one.
Didn't like it?
Don't remember, honestly.
I think it's actually a really solid game system.
Absorb this dialogue, viewers.
So that was it, like, trying to do the automated, like, you know, good morning, but then there's like, but there's no one here, so we got nothing.
Where do I sign out? What? Hello?
Could you imagine, though, if that was a real thing? Like, you know, you go to some town at night, and you're like, oh my god, I'm exhausted, I'm just gonna stay at the inn. And you wake up, and no one is there, the place looks like it's been trashed. And there's like a corpse in this one building off to the side.
You make it sound like I've never lived through that before.
Welcome to Idaho.
This is every Friday night. I swear there were people here when I went to bed, and then I wake up, and it's like everybody's gone, and there's a dead guy in the bathtub. I think it's time for me to go.
Maybe you need to stop drinking on Friday nights.
But that's something.
What are you doing?
Probably looking up a walkthrough. Where the hell is that damn jailer's key? I know I need it.
And you just left the game on.
Oh, probably.
You were the worst Let's Player ever.
Yes, I am. I wear that badge proudly. I can say this, though. I can say this. For as little as I get accomplished in these little sections, more gets done in 10 minutes of my videos than 10 minutes of a Game Grumps video.
Who?
Game Grumps.
Who?
JonTron and Ego Raptor. They play video games and they do commentary and stuff. But it's usually not like, let's talk about the game commentary or situational commentary. It's just like they talk to each other while they play the game and get so distracted by what the other is saying, nothing ever gets done.
So sort of like this commentary?
Kind of, but we have done stuff in this video.
Well, that's because you do this stuff before we start talking.
Right.
And we occasionally do talk about the game.
Yes.
Or other games like it.
Took me a long time to decide to run away.
What should I do? What should I do?
Fairy water. That's a great idea. Repel is my favorite spell that has ever existed.
Actually, it might be interesting to see you Let's Play Infinite Space.
Is that a game with no boundaries?
Sure. Let's go with that.
That's what I would gather from the name.
It's a really, 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 really good RPG for the DS.
I don't know, Sega made it. What do they know about making games?
Hey, they made Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic and Knuckles.
Exactly. Speaking of 1s, 2s, and 3s, we got Pokemon Black. We got Pokemon White. Now they've ran out of colors. It's just Pokemon Black 2, Pokemon White 2.
Well, I mean, yeah, they did use all the colors already.
I know. I think it's time to stop.
Yep. You know what they need to do is they need to team up with Crayola and just start making Pokemon Flesh.
Pokemon Burnt Sienna. Pokemon Sea Green. That should have been one. Pokemon Sea Green. That would be a good Pokemon.
But what if
game,
what if they're red-green colorblind? Then they won't see green ever.
Nope. They probably shouldn't be playing Pokemon. It's like, I love my new Game Boy Color. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Game Boy Color. We see color, so you don't have to.
It looks a lot like my old one. Huh. Infinite Space, huh? That looks like Star Ocean. I will avoid it like the plague.
It actually is nothing like Star Ocean.
Well, I'm looking at the box art.
Yeah.
We got a dude with a sword and spaceships and what looks like a witch lady in a bikini.
It plays nothing like a Star Ocean game.
That was the best part about Star Ocean, though. The gameplay, not the story, the voice acting, the music.
The gameplay in this game is really good, though.
Let's see. That guy has very large shoulder pads. Assuming those are not his actual shoulders. 70 hours of gameplay. I don't have that kind of time. I've got Let's Plays to do. Create and customize a fleet of up to 5 spaceships. Over 100 spaceship blueprints and over 200 modules to choose from. Tactical battle system. 2 gameplay modes. Vast storyline. Retro graphics. I like that that's a selling point now.
Retro graphics.
Yeah. In a nod to classic Japanese sci-fi anime, the game features spaceships and Japanese anime characters with the 1980s vibe. And then I look at the people on the box art and they don't really have that. I think 1980s anime and I'm like, Lupin the Third.
I don't know, there's a fat guy, he kind of has a 1980s vibe.
We just had one guy, so we can put it on the box art. It's like Dragon Warrior 3.5. New monsters. Look, it's a box slime. That's the only one.
Oh, the slime family. But yeah, no, in Infinite Space, you really do get to customize the hell out of your fleet.
I'll look it up.
And you also
I hate these birds.
choose what you want. Like you find different crew members throughout the game, and you can choose what you want to assign them to, and based on what you assign them to, your entire fleet gets better stats. And it has a number of branching paths where, if you choose one path, you won't be able to choose the other, but you'll get something cool regardless of which path you take.
Oh, okay.
But a different something cool.
Kind of like Ogre Battle 64 did.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And I found the story to be pretty good. I mean, there were a few times where you're just like, yep, I saw that coming. But
yeah,
overall, it's still pretty good. I liked it. And, it was a really good experience overall. Oh,
We're
I
in
remember
England.
this. I remember this castle. It's the douchebag castle.
Stinking foreigners.
And
we just stopped.
Yeah.
Take that, England.
If this was a normal Let's Play where you actually stopped when the videos ended, this video would have just ended on stinking foreigners.
Right.
And that would have been that.
But I think the stinking foreigners came earlier in Dragon Quest 3.
What do you mean?
Because I know there was an episode called Stinking Foreigners.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
I'm pretty sure it was still this castle. You just probably came here earlier. No, I mean, this is episode 6. Like, you're here pretty early.
Let me see. Stinking Foreigners was episode 3.
Wow.
I think that was when
That was the elves, probably.
I think it was the castle right before that. Like when you go through the little warp at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, you ain't from around here, are you?
Probably. Actually, yeah, episode 3, because you weren't cutting things out as much in that version, so
Yep.
it might have taken you 3 episodes to get off the first island.
Yeah, I think I did one where I just like ran around and then I did the tower and then I left.
Yeah.
Speaking of video game cliches, how about them towers in Dragon Warrior games? And how about them being the first thing you do in Dragon Warrior 3 and Dragon Warrior 4?
They're not cliches. They're staples.
I think they'd be staples if they were not annoying.
Well, on the bright side, usually you can get out of them really easily.
Yeah, usually.
You just jump off the edge, or you get to the top floor and use a wing of wyvern.
They're such a pain, though. I hate towers.
Though I don't like their weird use of fog of war. Where it's just like, and you can't see what these areas are, but you can see what these areas are.
I don't know. Is that in the newer games?
No. Well, no, it's not in 9. That's for sure. Like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't in the DS or in any of the DS games.
I don't know.
But the DS games just look nice.
Excuse me. I liked the look of the Super Nintendo games the most.
I think you should show the box art for Infinite Space as the art right now.
We already have a picture set aside for this episode.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yep. And I got one picked out for the next episode.
Ooh.
I'm on top of things.
That's what she said?
Speaking of next episode, you got time?
Let's see, how long is it? I like how we're discussing this while still on this episode. Oh, it's 18 minutes? Yeah, we can do the next episode.
Alright.
And I already spoiled how long the next episode's going to be.
Viewers, I'm going to copy and paste it and make it twice as long. It's so nice, you'll watch it twice. Whether you want to or not.
You'll copy and paste it right into the middle of it, so it's not like you can just stop the first time it ends.
Every minute. I'll cut it up into minute-long chunks and just replay each minute. I know! We'll play it once forwards and then again backwards.
And we'll find out that Paul is dead.
I miss him.
And on that note, folks.
Toodles!
Bye!